So I want to give you a pattern breaker, basically, for the middle of the day when something is happening and you need to deal with it in the moment. So you've all heard of the stop, drop, and roll that we learned when we were kids about fire. When if God forbid you somehow catch yourself on fire, something happens. You stop, you drop to the ground, and you roll, and it extinguishes the flame, right? That's what we learned. There's a similar thing you can do for yourself in a emotional emergency, and that is stop, breathe, and be aware. So stop, breathe, be aware. And you can do that in any order, right? But the stop has got to come first. So when something happens, if you can immediately catch yourself, stop, allow yourself a moment to feel whatever it is, to feel into that moment of what's coming up for me. And if it's something that angered you, can you feel that for a moment? And then why did it make me angry? That's key, right? Why did it make me angry? Oh, that person stepped across one of my boundaries. Or, oh, that person said or requested something inappropriate that it wasn't your job to handle or do. Or is it simply, this is a trigger for me? It's something that I grew up with being a big deal. My mom used to get really upset when us kids would leave a mess or spill something, right? So have I carried that forward? So stop for just that moment and catch yourself. I'm irritated. I'm angry. I'm starting, something's rising up in me. Stop. Notice it. Pay attention to it. Okay? And then breathe. Because what happens when you get upset, when you have a flush of emotion? You forget to breathe. So take a breath. Just because that alone, that breath alone will bring down the cortisol and let you relax a little bit so that you get more clear, right? Which is the goal here, right? That's why we stopped. We wanted to get clear. What happened? Why am I reacting this way? So take the breath. And then the awareness, the third step is, okay, I did that. I reacted that way because, as the things we just talked about, a boundary was overstepped, or somebody requested something or did something that was unreasonable. And I had an immediate angry reaction or an immediate, you know, I don't like that. And whatever else it is, whether it's old patterns that you learned growing up, like I talked about a second ago, whether it's a pattern that you uh, built in as you were growing, as you were maybe beginning your career, of when something would happen and you immediately reacted a particular way, or you saw other people react a particular way, and it triggered that in you. So stop, breathe, be aware, because that awareness is what's going to give you the ability to say, ah, I can change this, whatever it is, whether it's reestablishing a boundary or saying from a place of love, I don't think you meant that the way that it sounded. I don't think you meant to hurt me. So maybe let's have a conversation about that. Or if it's a child who spilled something or left a mess, you know, okay, they're a child. This is what they do. And come at it from a place of love. And you see how that can change how you react, how that can change how you feel. And here's a little bonus tip for you. If in that moment you do the stop, you take a breath, and you get some awareness around it, and you're still feeling the agitation, here's a fourth step. Step back. Step back away from the situation. If you have to remove yourself to another room, do so. If you're at work and you need to go into a bathroom stall, do so. And tap. And I'm going to walk you through just a couple minutes here of tapping that'll help you calm yourself. Okay? So you can start anywhere you want. And if what you want to do is just pick a spot, like collarbone or eyebrow point or under eye or side of eye, pick a point. Okay? I like to pick collarbone because it's easy and I can rest my arms. So in that moment, you're still feeling whatever it is. You haven't gotten to the place of, oh, I understand and I can come at this from a place of love. Then, as I said, go find yourself a private spot. Sit down. Take a breath. And blow it out. And from there, voice the frustration. Okay? Voice the irritation. Voice the anger, whatever it is. So, as an example, that really upset me. It really made me angry. It really hurt my feelings. I really didn't like that. And I'm just going to honor that I've taken a moment to give myself a chance to recover. Because it did hurt me. It did anger me. It did frustrate me. But I have tools. I have tools to bring myself back into alignment, to bring myself back to how I want to react, who I want to be. And take another breath. And if you have to do that a few times, do that. It made me angry. It hurt my feelings. It frustrated me. I felt, what is it? How did you feel? And then give yourself a little honor, a little grace for having caught it, for having caught your pattern. Because that's what we're all about breaking here, is the patterns that keep us stuck in old paradigms, in old ways of thinking and being. So I honor myself for catching this in the moment. I honor who I want to become. I honor who I am. And I give myself a moment to take a breath. And I give myself a moment to choose how I want to respond. I give myself a moment. And take another breath. And you're ready with a calmer body, lowered cortisol, to step back in and respond the way you want to respond, the way that feels right to you, the way that honors who you are and who you want to be. Does that help? Yeah. Yeah. It feels a lot better that way, doesn't it? Rather than flying off the handle and having to beat yourself up later or feeling like you're going to beat yourself up later because you didn't react the way that you wanted to. Good, good. Thanks, guys.